Hey now, everybody. Come on in while I'm getting ready for this good old review over Greenleaf, which I hope and pray most of you guys got to watch. Because if you didn't and you are a big Greenleaf fan, then you might not want to watch this live. Because it's going to be spoiler after spoiler after spoiler alert. But what do you guys think about the episode last night? And please, 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 I have posted the number. I got a new phone number and I'm sorry, new access code for tonight. So please feel free to call and join in. Matter of fact, if you want to call in, just comment in the comment section in the chat so that I can call in and enter my host number and everything so you can talk to me about this. But I thought it was excellent. I mean, it's been like a year. I think the last episode was like December. No, November. Well, like November or December of last year or whatnot. And September. Matter of fact, September of last year. Because I remember now because it was a year later, this September. Anywho. So let me know what y'all thought about the episode last night and if it was everything that you thought it was going to be and anything that you saw last night that you thought was going to happen. So I'm pretty good with that though. I'm pretty good at saying what I think might happen in the next episode when I be watching my shows. But anywho, let's get into this review. Now, at the beginning. Now remember, last episode, just a little recap. Lady May, she had for a while knew that her husband, Bishop James, had, the pastor, she had known for a while that he had slept with her sister, that she has basically been I don't want to call it enemies, but they haven't been talking in a long time or getting along because of that and other things. Then she comes to find out last season that it wasn't just one particular incident that she had forgave him for, but they had continued their relationship throughout their marriage. When he and Lady May had got married, he had continued that relationship with her sister. And I'm sorry, I know the sister's name is Aunt Mavis, but I can't get Oprah out of my head. I'm like, he's messing with Oprah. I mean, Oprah. But anywho, so she, put him out and everything. And when we open up this episode, he's at the hotel. The Holiday Inn, well, actually not the Holiday Inn. He's at a much nicer one. But anywho, he's at the hotel. And actually when he woke up, I'm thinking, oh, he must be back in bed. Maybe she didn't put him out. I'm like, but she did put him out. But he wakes up and he's at the hotel. And Miss Thang is there. Now, I used to like Latoya Luckett, kind of like the outcast of Destiny's, we ain't gonna discuss that whole thing right there. But I used to like her, but more and more I see her on this show, I'm like, Latoya, you ratchet, she's up there trying to mess with the pastor still. And he's waking up and he's feeling on the pillow and everything. And I'm like, oh my God, they done messed around. He done sinned. And not like he hasn't before, but he's a brand new man now. But and I guess he has to prove that to us, through more to Lady May than us. But I'm thinking they done slept together, but thank you, Jesus, hallelujah, there's a God. Because he did not concede to her wiles. And she's a beautiful woman, and she's very attentive to him and caring, and she feels like or trying to make him feel like, she really cares about him and she's there for him and he can be her shoulder and all that. And while he's thanking her for, thank you that you're there for me, I don't understand yet. I haven't watched the old episodes for a minute. It's been a year. I did not go through them episodes to try to remember a lot of the things that happened last season. But I'm like, how did she even end up at the hotel room in the first place? Did she drive him there and then just stay and let him cry on his shoulder? Or what? I don't know. But anywho, he's thanking her, for being there for him. And she's like, it's my pleasure. And, I just wish I could have done more to comfort you. And while he's thanking her, you did good. You did good, sis. You did good. She's up there telling him, I can do more, I can comfort you even more if you need. And he has to remind her that not only is he a preacher, a pastor of this big mega church, but he's still married. And I'm trying to figure out what it is that she's exactly trying to do besides sleep with the pastor. I'm still trying to figure this out. I know it ain't no good. And this first episode I thought would enlighten me onto what she's really trying to do, but I'm still kind of lost. If y'all got an idea, please let me know. Put it in the comments so we can chat about it. But anywho, so she's like, okay, I understand, whatever. He gets up, gets dressed and everything, and she's still all over him and tugging on his chain and, just acting like she's all impressed with his cross on his chain. And he notices, back up off me, sis, back up. I'm still a married man. But come on now, Bishop. You's a married man. She talking about she didn't order a room service because she didn't want it to look, kind of shisty, kind of shady, that y'all was doing something that y'all shouldn't be doing. But why is she there? Okay, why is she even in the hotel with you? Because trust and believe, Lady May's gonna find out. But then he abruptly has to leave because he gets a call that his granddaughter, Miss Zora, with her hot butt, she done ran off somewhere, so everybody's looking for her. Now, Sophia. I love me some Sophia. Her and Zora is like totally, totally different. The way Sophia is acting is how Zora should be acting. But we all know about them PK kids, especially if you was raised in church. If we have any PK kids in the house that understand where I'm coming from, press 1 to say I. I know how y'all is. Y'all some bad heathens. But Sophia, she's feeling bad and everything because her cousin then ran off. And, she's like, well, maybe I shouldn't have told Jacob, what was going on. Because if you remember last season, the guy that she had hooked up with, Christian, he was really aggressive with her and jealous and just basically one of them guys you do not want to hook up with your daughter because he might end up, somewhere where can't nobody find him if he puts a hand on your daughter. But anyway, so everybody's out looking for Zora. And then Charity, she runs up in there, she's all panicking and what's going on, anybody find her, anything, and they're all like, where the heck you been? But she was out on tour. I don't know why they don't know that, shouldn't your family know that you're out on tour? But anyway, maybe something I forgot from last season at the end of the last episode. But Grace, Miss Grace, obviously, Lady May still has a lot of animosity against her own daughter, Grace, or as they call Gigi. She's making a lot of noise about her being responsible for a lot of things that's going wrong. But we'll get to that in a second. Kevin, he's back. Now, remember Kevin. Kevin is Charity's. Did they get divorced? I don't remember if they got divorced. I know they were separated because of the fact that he had discovered he no longer likes to fish. He likes men now. So he had discovered that he's gay. He was trying to fight it. If y'all remember from last season, he was trying to fight it. He even went to this place where they had like counseling for homosexual men, and it didn't work. It didn't work. So everybody found out that he was gay. Lady May and everybody, they was upset. And you know, Lady May, she's kind of got homophobia. She's kind of homophobic herself, which is more or less the reason why they remember that pianist, or was he the choir director? He was really, really good, and they let him go because of that. So he's back. And he had a little talk with Lady May because Charity was gone, and he wants, to see his son and be back in his life and everything. And also had, told her that he will go as far as seeking, custody battle, or seeking custody, or, taking Charity to court if they don't let him see his son. And Charity's like, you know what? I got to deal with this. I got to take care of this. He's not going to see my son. I don't know how y'all feel about the situation, but I have said before on my lives, you guys who follow me, y'all know how I feel about deadbeats, but y'all also know how I feel about women who don't allow the man, to be in a child's life, especially if it's something because they done moved on with another woman, or y'all just don't get along, or they're not paying child support. I don't care. If they're not bringing any harm to that child, and even if they owe $1 million in child support, I think that bond, that quality time, those memories are way more important than that. But in this case, with Kevin, even though y'all broke up because you realized you don't like the fish anymore, I mean, you ran off with, some man, or, to do whatever, whatnot. I don't know if it was more out of embarrassment because everybody at the church knew, or, her whole family knew, or whatnot, but you left, and you left your son. So, I mean, come on, dude. You just gonna run back up into her life out of the blue and demand to spend time with your son or see your son. I'm gonna need you to chillax for a minute and let her catch her breath, because you really devastated her, first of all, when you left her, because you were now gay. And I don't have anything against gay people. I just want to put that out there while we doing this episode. And I'm not going to be like one of those people say, "Oh, I got gay people in my family. Oh, I have a gay friend." Oh, I'm not going to do that. I just don't have nothing against gay people. But anyway, this is just a TV show. Also, but you left. You left. You just can't. I mean, I have 2 children who are sons. And one of them, I won't even get into it. But anywho, if he was to come back after years and years and years, say, I want to spend time, I want to take him to McDonald's and buy him some ice cream. Not, bro. You better get back. And matter of fact, I will see you in court, because it's going to be like that. But in this situation, I think he needs to chill out and give her a minute, to just get used to him being back. But in the long run, if she doesn't let him see him in the long run, and he's trying everything he can to, act like he's there for him, and he's not going to run off again and leave him and all that, then you might have to go seek a custody battle. But so after that, Charity, excuse me, Jacob and his wife, they finally, I love her. She is really beautiful with the short hair and everything, close haircut. But I love her. In the beginning, I didn't, because when the show first started, Jacob was stepping out, and she was one of those women who were really, seemed kind of timid, and one of those women who seemed like no matter how many women, sorry, that's not Jacob, that's the other one, that's Kevin. But It seems like no matter how many women they man step out with, they still sitting there like, taking care of the house at home, fixing breakfast, taking his shoes off when he come home, just praying and praying. She was one of those women I remember from church, you know what I mean. One of those women, oh, I'm gonna just give it up to God. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. It's gonna be okay. And as long as he come home at night, it's all right. But, so I wasn't really feeling her back then, but then she kind of, grew on me. So anyway, they found their daughter. They came home. They brought her home, and Jacob is off, pissed off because they found her miles of miles away. She was in some bummy, roachy hotel, they said, and I can't even believe she was in a roach motel because they live quite well, and she dresses well, and it looks like she has everything that she needs and desires, and even more at home. So I'm like, dude, if you gonna take me from home and we gonna run off, you at least gonna put me up in a 4-star hotel. We ain't gonna be at no bummy, roachy, nasty hotel. But anyway, if you like it, Zora, I love it. And speaking of, again, these PK kids, her mouth on her, the way she was talking to her dad and talking about, am I in prison now? Because he wants to take the iPhone, he wants to take, or whatever kind of phone she got, the computer, the internet, they taking her keys, they taking her wallet, they taking everything from this girl. She's like, I'm in jail now, getting all mouthy and smart. One thing I must say, I thank God I ain't never had no kid, boy or girl child, that I ever had to deal with a mouth like that, because I hate disrespectful kids. But what I do also like about this show, and I watch a lot of shows, in these actors and actresses, the whole cast, they act believable. Like, I ain't gonna mention other shows, but in other shows where the teenager or the child is, I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna do that, whatever, slamming their doors, running around the house, being just mannish. And the parents is like, oh, what is wrong? I mean, I'm about to pull my hair out. I don't know what's wrong with her. They, at least they act real, and they act close to, at least Jacob, close to a real black parent. That is, slam my door again, little girl, and I'm gonna take the whole door down. I'm gonna take your walls out, nail the window shut, and all that. So at least they're acting kind of believable. Zora, she's kind of upset about that, but oh well. You get what you deserve. Not only was you getting beat up, but you let the man drag you to a roach hotel, and then you back in the comforts of your own home, and you upset because you can't be with this deadbeat. But anyway, PK kids. Now back at Calvary, Rochelle, aka the girl I used to like from that group I used to like. She walks into Calvary, and she just has this walk, like swaying, and hips and everything is all over the place. Like, she's just one big enticement. And she comes into the church, and she's looking for Jacob, and I'm sorry, not Jacob. She's looking for Bishop, and the receptionist, what's her name? Kareen? I think that's Karen or Kareen. She's like, I don't think he's available. And I don't know if it's that Kareen has a feeling about this lady, this young lady, and, she's just trying to be a little nasty to her because of that, or what. But, and then she tries to grab the mail. I don't quite understand why she tried to grab the mail, and she was trying to kind of slick with it, trying to reach across the table and grab the mail and everything. And Corinne's like, no, it's okay. It's okay. I got this. This is my job. I got this. Just, scoot your little tail on into the, pastor's, office. So she goes in there, and she's sitting down with the pastor. And again, he thanks her for being there and everything. I'm still not knowing exactly what all they're up to, her and Tasha. Yeah, I think her name is Latasha or Tasha. But she waddles into his office and everything and trying to act all concerned, about Zora. Is Zora okay? Have you guys find her and everything? And he tells her, yeah. And it's like, first of all, when she came into the church and Kareen first said that the bishop wasn't available, and she was like, oh, he is available. He answered the phone and sent it right in. And she's like, oh, just like Moses, I part the Red Sea all the time. And I'm like, is she trying to come into his office so she can part some seas or have him part some seas? I know that's what she's trying to do. But the reason why she's trying to do it, like the big end results, I'm trying to figure out here. I did hear from Grace, from Gigi, that when she was talking to her dude, that she thinks that, something might be up with this lady because she's getting too close to her dad. And I guess at her last church, there was an incident, and, she basically isn't there anymore for like the same type of reasons for getting involved in somebody's relationship. So Bishop tells her, I guess, I don't know if Bishop's blind. God, Lord Jesus, open the eyes of the blind. Because Bishop is like, he understands that they should not be seen together. He understands that this chick might be a problem. So he tells her, um, you're more than welcome to the church. I mean, she didn't gave money. She got some money. So she gave money to the church, and she's been there for him and everything. He's like, you're more than welcome to keep coming to the church. But as far as us, we cannot spend no time together alone. And she's like, well, I understand. You a married woman. Good job, Bishop, for not letting her get you wrapped all up into her. I God, I wish I knew what was going on. I wish I knew what was going on. Y'all let me know if y'all know what Tasha and what she is trying to do. But anywho, Gigi, she comes in. And Kareen is telling her, the bishop, he's in there, he's available. You can go right in, because she's blocking. She knows that this young lady is up to no good. So she's blocking. She's like, oh, normally, please wait. Please wait. The bishop is busy. He's with someone. But no, he's go ahead, go right on in. And she comes in, and abruptly the bishop is like, okay, nice to see you again. I'll see you again. We'll see each other tomorrow at church. You saw how he threw that in there? At church. And so she gets up and leave and everything. And Gigi, she's just sitting down with her dad, asking him how he's doing. And she doesn't understand, is if everything that she's hearing is true or not. So she's asking him how he's doing. He asks her how she doing, and she's like, no, the real concern is really you. And he's up there, oh, I'm fine, I'm fine as long as I'm away from, that crazy lady who is believing Mavis, that we had such and such and such going on. And Grace is like, Pops, Dad, keep it 100, keep it a buck. Are you sure nothing is going on? And he's like, he snaps at her and gets mad, like, first of all, this ain't your business. He done went from how you doing and all this kind of stuff and nice daddy to I'm about to put you out my office if you ask me about this Mavis one more again. So she's like, you know what? Well, maybe they aren't lies, because the way you acting, the way mom's acting, I don't know. She don't know. So at Jacob's office, that light-skinned chick, Tasha, she's standing on the wall, I don't know why she's standing on, she's just standing on the wall, just there. And Brittany, she comes in, and Brittany's the treasurer. And she's upset and she's talking to Jacob. Mind you, Jacob then took over after Skanky, but whatever his name is, Basie Skanky, whatever. Took over after him as pastor of the church. And so she's speaking to him real like he ain't no pastor though. And so she's saying, I don't know what's going on, but we're losing money. The church is losing money. You're going to make the church go bankrupt. Jacob was preaching to a lot of homeless people. I mean, that's where he started preaching to people outside before he even got in the building. So she's like, the homeless people, they're not paying any money. The church is losing money. I guess she's trying to get him some advice, but she's being critical at the same time. And he's trying to let her know, pretty soon we're going to be streaming. He's going to be one of those big mega preachers, or trying to be one of those big mega preachers who's going to be on the internet or on your TV, on your TV in your neck of the woods, telling people to send in $1,000 for this or $1,000 for that. But we ain't going to get into that because it's okay to put money in church. That's all I'm going to say. It's okay to put some money in church. That's all I'm going to say. But, so he trying to tell her that, to get her to calm down and chill out. And Tasha is like, you know what? She would never speak to Basie like that. If he was the pastor, she would be more respectful or whatnot. And I think she needs to be fired. And so he's like, you know what? Nah, we ain't gonna go that far or nothing. But she's like, I'm just saying, she just needs to be fired. And so, moving right along, Charity. She is getting into it with Kevin. Because again, Kevin is back. He came back with Aaron. And Aaron gave him some legal advice and told him basically, he must have told him, oh, you can be gone for as long as you want, for as many months as you want, and just come right back and pick up your child and take him to the park. That's probably what he told him, because she's on the phone arguing with him and he's talking about custody. I want to see my son. I want to know when you're going to let me see my son. And she's like, I don't know. I'm about to go on tour. And of course, he's like, well, if you're going on tour, why don't you leave him with me? I'm his dad. I can keep him. And she's like, anyway, not over my dead body. And he's like, well, you definitely not taking him with you. And if you do, I'm going to press charges, because the way they have it set up is, now this is before he left. This is before he bounced, before he left town. Or wherever the heck he went. Before they had it set up where they have like joint custody, they have, like most relationships when they break up and have children. And then also, she was not supposed to take little Nathan, their son, over state lines. So again, my thing is, under normal circumstances, let the man see his child. But this man just showed you that he either wasn't ready to be a father, or wasn't important. Nathan wasn't important enough to stick around, even though he was having all these problems trying to figure out if he wanted to be married to her, or be gay, or be with another man, or whatnot. He forgot about the child. No matter if you gay, straight, or bi, you still left your son. So she's not comfortable with going on tour, around the world or whatever locations they going to, and leaving him with you. So she's not feeling that. And he's threatening to have custody battle or whatever. See, of course, she just hangs up the phone. Well, she's like, please, whatever. So later at the church, Miss Kareen, I think that's her name, Kareen, the receptionist. She's going through the mail, and the mail that Rochelle tried to steal. She's going through the mail, and she gives the mail to the pastor. And when he opens the mail, he realizes there's a bill in there for $2 million, and it's from the IRS. Now, if you remember in the last season, uh, Lady Mae's brother, he was supposed to take care of that Uncle Mac, the child predator. Hot mess. He was supposed to take care of that, but instead he lied, saying he took care of it, and he basically gave somebody a bribe to, I think, basically kind of back off for a little bit, or back off for a minute, or give them a little time to pay, the money, or I can't remember exactly what was going on with the taxes, but I know he paid that dude a bribe. And so now the tax man is back. The man is back. So IRS, they want them to pay this money, and they have 90 days to do it. So Bishop, he brings this to the attention of Lady Mae. And she's upset because he was the one who was supposed to handle it. So she's like, why you didn't handle this? You let this happen to us. But, he had left it up to Uncle Mac, the child predator, to take care of the money. And for one, I wouldn't have never left it up to him. But, they're in that situation now, so they got to get this taken care of. And he knows that Lady Mae does not want him in that house. But under these circumstances, he suggests that he come back home, because if they're going to be out there asking for money for the church, raising money, selling chicken wing dinners, having fish fries, car washes, whatnot. Oh, and, also asking their member, remember the member Clara, who had won the Powerball? And they had got some from her before. He's like, or go back to Miss Clara to, ask her for some more money. We can't be, looking like our family is messed up, even though it is on all levels, all the way around. But at least for them two, they need to appear, as a united front. Lady Mae is not feeling it. She's like, I don't give a doggone what you do. I don't care how much money the church owes, but you is not coming back home, not in my house. And he's like, well, okay, I'll come get my stuff. She's like, whatever. Whatever. And Jacob, now he's telling his wife basically what Tasha told him about Brittany, suggesting that she get fired. His wife, though, Carissa, she's like, I understand what you're saying. I understand, but this lady, she's really smart. She's really good at what she's doing. She's been at church in a long time. She's a treasurer. She understands, what needs to go on in the church. And now when I look back at it, I watched the episode a few times, because you know how it is. Sometimes you miss stuff. So I watched the episode a few times before I came to do this review. And I guess Tasha, this must have been all like, this is part of the plan or something, to get Brittany. This is all part of the plan, to get Brittany out of there, because I think Tasha, maybe she is going to have something to do with funds or money or something like that. And Jacob, maybe that's it. While the other one, Rochelle, is going to be trying to get at, Bishop James. So, again, I wonder what the end game is, if they just trying to ruin their family, or if they trying to steal money from the church, or I don't know what it is. But I think when she put that bug in his ear and said to fire her, to fire Brittany, is working into their plan a certain kind of way. So hopefully we'll see what that's more about next episode. Because if you see towards the end, when, okay, hold on, I'm not going to get there yet. But so later on, Gigi, she's at Jacob's house, and it's her, it's Jacob, and it's Charity. And they're all sitting around trying to figure out, how to fix the situation, how to fix what's going on. But they all having issues right now. It's like, Lord Jesus, Jacob, His daughter just got back home. She's a hot mess. She's a hot mess. Gigi, she's still having issues with Lady May because Lady May is blaming a lot of what's going on her because in the very beginning when Gigi first came back to Memphis, because she had left for some years, and when she first came back to Memphis, Lady May asked her to promise that she wasn't there to bring any drama or anything, to the home. And then, Charity, she's having issues with her son's father, with Kevin. So they all having issues right now. And then on top of that, now their parents are separated. And Charity looks like she's just about to break down. She's up there like, we got to fix this. I don't know what I'm going to do. Woe is me. Woe is me. If they don't get back together, I'm going to come from a broken home. And I'm like, Jacob was like, for real? You act like you 12 years old. And I'm like, yeah, you acting like you 12 years old or younger. Talking about you going to come from a broken home. You was already grown. You grown, married, had a baby, grown, now separated from your husband because he no longer likes women, grown, and he's trying to get custody of your son, grown. You is grown. You up here tripping, talking about I'm coming from a broken home. And then on top of that, what kind of home your child got? Is not you and his father separated? Is not y'all possibly about to be having a battle over custody? I do believe your son is involved in a broken home. I don't Lord, hot mess. Y'all see the picture? The picture that I put up when I first did this, when I first set up this live, Lord Jesus, the thumbnail, what does it say? It says, Lord have mercy. This family needs prayer. But anyway, moving right along, she's telling Gigi, basically, she's putting Gigi in the same position, kinda, that Lady May is putting her in. Like, Gigi, everything was cool before you got here. You need to fix this. And she's like, why I gotta fix it? What did I do? And I'm like, okay, everybody's putting blame on Gigi. And great. I mean, even her mom told her, your name is Grace. And that you're just nothing like your name says. And speaking of that, grace. A couple of definitions of grace. A charming or attractive trait or characteristic. Among disagreeable qualities. An example. Among disagreeable qualities, he possessed the saving grace of humor. That's just a little example of grace. A virtue from God. You know what I'm saying? A special favor. A disposition to or an act of kindness, courtesy, or clemency. The opposite of grace? Indecency, bad manners, crudeness, thoughtlessness, imbalance, ignorance, merciless, unforgiveness. I can go on and on and on. I don't think Gigi's none of that. I think Lady May is just so set in her ways, like a lot of these church women. When things go on wrong in their families, the person who brings the subject to light, they do not get along with them. And they try to keep them hush, and they try to keep them away, because that's just, it's sad to say it. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. It's sad to say it, but a lot of that goes on in churches, especially when you're dealing with a lady in church, deeply involved in church, who has a husband that has stepped out or done something wrong, or children who done something wrong, got locked up, whatnot. And let's not get on the pastor's wives. They try to sweep things under the rug and make things look like everything is perfect, everything is great. Grace don't be having that. Just like how she dealt with Uncle Mac. She don't be having that. She tried to... You saw the ending of the last season. Shoot. when they had got into that fight and everything, because he's still out there trying to mess with them little girls. So, anywho, but, Lady May, she's one of those church ladies who be trying to just keep everything swept under the rug. But anywho, so Charity is like, you know what, you gotta fix this, you gotta fix this. Grace is like, nope. Jacob, you gotta fix this. Jacob, he's like, whatever. The way Dad was coming down on me when I was stepping out on my wife, and when I was, being an adulterer and sinning against God, the way he came down on me, now he got a taste of his own medicine, so let him deal with it. Now Grace, her guy, ooh, Rick Fox, Lord, ooh, Lord. Okay, anyway, what was I saying? Oh, he's not Rick Fox. He's Darius. In this show, he's Darius. So, okay. Grace's man, Darius, he comes over and she's telling him, about everything that's going on, and also letting him know her feelings on, Rochelle and everything, and about her dad, and, and for some reason, she's like, are you going to go to church, the next day or whatnot? And he's like, no, I'm not going to go to church. I'm kind of confused what's going on. I'm like, did I miss something at the end of last season? It must be something that I missed, because I couldn't catch on to what was quite going on in this scene. Let me know in the comment section if you got some further information on that. But she gets upset because he don't want to go to church with her. And he's like, you know what? I'm just going to bounce. I'm just going to get out of here. It might be the smartest thing to do at that point. Just get out of here, because I don't feel like arguing with you. And again, I'm like, did I miss something? Because this was like, I don't know. But then back at the estate, Grace, she's the next day, she asks her mom, why she's not dressed for church. And Lady May, come on now. They separated. She found out that he was having an affair. Well, for one, he slept with her sister, before they got married. That was cool. I mean, that was before they got married. They went on. The past is the past, whatnot. Then she finds out, and I still don't know if her sister told the truth. I mean, he's saying it's not true. Mavis saying it is true. I don't know. Mavis. I'm telling you, every time I see Mavis, I just see Oprah. I don't see no character. I don't see no cast member. I see Oprah. But anyway, Mavis, she told her, we was together time and time and time and time again. It wasn't one time. It was more than one time after y'all was married. I don't know if this is really true or not. If Mavis is just trying to break their relationship or trying to get back at Lady May for something. I don't know. But she believes it. And that's all that matters right now to Lady May. So she is not going to church, and she is not sitting on that pew with her big old church hat, and her big old Bible, listen to her husband preach when she thinks that he's an adulterer. Instead, everybody else shows up at church, and guess who else shows up? Kevin. Now that surprised me, because I wasn't expecting him to come to church, but he came to church, and mainly he came because Charity hung up on him when he was trying to find out when he can spend time with his son. So after church, they standing around and they're talking and everything, and he's going off, about her seeing, about him seeing his son. And I'm like, again, you left your child, regardless if you had to. He claims he left because he had to get himself together. And that is like the worst, lamest excuse a parent could give, not the other parent, but give the child. You just can't tell your child, my head wasn't right. I had to get together. I had to find myself. While you out there finding yourself, your child is trying to find out where the heck you at. So she's up there, I'm going to go on tour. He still wants her to leave the son, leave little Nathan with them. And he's like, basically, if you don't let me see my son, um, it's going to be some problems. If you take him over state line, it's going to be some problems because I'm going to press charges on you. And that would be kidnapping. That is a crime punishable by the law. So she walks away and she's like, you know what? I guess she figures, I'm just going to have to deal with this and stay here and handle this with Kevin. Gigi, she's at church, after service, and Rochelle, she's coming up to her asking her, are you still involved with the outreach program or not? She already knows she is, but she's gonna act like she don't. And she basically lends a helping hand to her. It just seems like she's just trying to lend a lot of herself around lately. And she's like, well, I know a lot about finances and everything, which leads me again to, I think when Tasha recommended to Jacob that they fire Brittany because how she was talking to him or whatnot. Brittany was the treasurer. Cresta says she's very good at what she do. She's been at the church for a long time. She's really, really, and I think she is really, really, even though she might have came off at Jacob as the pastor, she came off to him maybe in not such a good way. But I think her heart was in the right place when she was like, you're going to make this church bankrupt. The money ain't right. The finances ain't right. We're losing money. I think her heart was in the right place because Tasha, she seems to, want to get her out of the church. And then now, Rochelle, she's talking about she can work with Grace with finances. So that's why I'm kind of thinking that the whole reason why Rochelle is trying to sleep with the pastors, maybe she's trying to get access to his finances and destroy the church or the family, and Tasha's possibly helping her. I can't see the outcome right now. I'm not usually this confused when I'm trying to figure things out about a TV show. But again, if y'all have any thoughts on that or any comments, please put it in the comment section. She tells her, if I ever need your help, basically, I'll let you know. So Charity, after talking with Kevin and him threatening to press charges on her, get the police involved, and charge her for kidnapping if she takes her son over state lines, she decides and tells Jabari, I'm not going on the tour. I gotta stay here. He gets upset, of course, because she didn't sign a contract. And if she didn't sign a contract, basically that means that she's, bounded to that contract. But as a mom, I get it. I get it. I wouldn't go on no tour either. I'd be right at home trying to deal with this crazy man who don't know what he want to be and don't know where he want to stay and don't know what he want to do, who just popped back in my life trying to spend time with my son. So she made a smart decision, a wise decision. So she's going to try and work that out. And again, Jabari isn't too happy about that, but oh well, oh well. Latasha, now she's on the phone and she's talking to Brittany. And she's telling her, and I didn't, this was a crazy scene for me because while she's on the phone talking to Brittany and trying to comfort her and talking about, what, let God have his way, what's for you is going to be for you. She's like, I understand, they fired you or whatever, let you go. Of course, she's not going to say, I did recommend to Jacob that he do let you go because of your mouth. But no, she left that part out. But instead, she's trying to comfort her and try to make her feel like, whatever's meant to be is going to be. And besides, they were probably trying to get you out anyway when they forced Basie out, which is a lie again. But Brittany, she don't know no better. So she's up there all sad and on the phone, and Tasha's just like, just move on. Let the Lord move in your life. Just let the Lord move in your life and just, go on. And if there's anything else you need from me, I'm here for you. And then she gets off the phone and she sits right down next to Rochelle. And I'm like, oh my God, these hussies, they a hot mess. What is they up to? Then she's talking to Tasha, and she's looking at all this lingerie and stuff online, and some really nice sexy clothes and stuff. And she talking about she got to up her game because the bishop, he wasn't even trying to touch her because I don't know if she thinks she wasn't sexy enough, or she wasn't aggressive enough. But she's up there looking at all these outfits, and I guess Tasha's going to sit there and help her pick out something that could possibly lure the bishop into her trap. So I'm waiting for next episode to find out if the bishop is going to fall for this. Gigi, she meets back up with Rick Fox. Not Rick Fox, Darius. And he fine, Lord, he fine. Anywho, she meets back up with Darius, and he asks how church was, and she tells him, about church service, but also about this Rochelle again. Something just don't seem right with her. She just seems so close, with my dad, and again, she heard about something, with her at her last church, about her either being involved in a relationship or doing something that she should not have been doing. And now she's getting close to her dad, and she's thinking maybe she's trying to get in between her dad and her mom. Although I must say, I think without Rochelle, the lady man that would still have issues because of the fact that she believes Mavis when she told her that, I had your man time and time and time again, as Mavis said. So I think Rochelle would make a difference in there, but she's right though, and she is going to, in Grace's way, she is going to find out sooner or later what the deal is up with Rochelle. And the fact that she's trying to get close to her with the outreach program. I know she had told Rochelle that she would let her know if she needed help. But I really think that Grace will ask her to help anyway, just to get close to her and just try to find out what this Miss Rochelle, what her hot butt is up to. So I think that's what's going to go down. And also, she's like, what? This Rochelle, I don't know what's going on. She's trying to get in between, my family, in between my church. Believe it or not, like she said, she still loves her church. She loves her family to death. And nobody is going to mess with her family or her church. So that's why I think that she might have Rochelle help her out so she can get close to her and try to figure out what's going on. Bishop, he comes home. He told Lady May, I'm going to come home to get my stuff. He finally comes home to gather his things, after church service and everything. And I think this is taking every bit of her to deal with him in that house because of how she feel about his infidelities. But she's going to suck it up. And at least until they get over this IRS mess. So you can come home, Bishop. You can come home. I doubt if she lets you sleep in that bedroom. You're going to be in one of them 15, 20 other bedrooms down the hall somewhere on the West Wing. But so she's going to let him come back to the house because she knows she loves her church, regardless of how messed up Lady May is or how badly sometimes she treats her daughter. She loves her church. So she is going to deal with him, in the meantime until they get out of the IRS situation. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this episode. That was only part 1 of the season premiere. Part 2 comes on tonight. It's going to be another hour episode. So I'm hoping we find out a lot more information on Rochelle and Tasha's, what they're trying to conjure up, what they're trying to do. Also, let me know what you think about Lady May. In the beginning of the episode, when she was trying to tell her daughter that, she promised that she wouldn't come up in here and bring a lot of mess and everything, and Grace, you're nothing like Grace. That's just your name, but you don't know what it means. And when Grace started talking back to her, telling her, well, it's not my fault that my sister husband, Charity's husband, is gay. It's not my fault that Zora ran off away, and it's not my fault that, Daddy slept with Auntie. And Lady May raised her hand up. I thought she was about to smack the crap out of her, but she didn't. She held it back. She didn't. Oh my God. What do you think? Do you think if Lady May would have hit her, that Grace would have smacked her back? Or do you think that she would have been like, okay, you my mother, you just knocked my teeth out, but I'm going to respect you as my mother, and I'm just going to walk away and pray. Also, let me know what you think about Tasha, how she let me know what you think she's up to. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out what Tasha's up to. I know Rochelle is trying to sleep with the pastor. I'm trying to figure out if Tasha, is she going to eventually try to mess with Jacob, or if she's just trying to get into the finances of the church. Or let me know what you think about that. Let me know what you think about Zora. They say, and I laugh and tease about it sometimes about the PK kids, but I know I got close people in my life, friends, family members who were actually PK kids, and I was no saint, I was no angel when I was younger, but some of y'all PK kids, Lord Jesus, y'all had more devil in y'all than we had in us when we was growing up. So y'all PK kids, let me know what y'all think about Miss Zora and how she, was back talking and assassinating her parents and running off with Christian and, all that. Let me know what y'all think about that. Also, Rochelle, let me know if you think that she is going to win this race as far as sleeping with the bishop. Let me know if you think he's going to fall for her beautiful self. But also, let me know what you think about this review. And again, if you didn't like this video on the way in, like the video on the way out. Put some comments down in the chat. Let me know how you feel about the review, how you feel about the show, the cast members, all that. I love, love, love Oprah because she's putting a lot of color back into our TV. It's been a long time since we had, years have went by before we had just every season besides reality shows. I love my reality shows. I do reviews on them, so I'm not trying to down the reality shows. I'm just saying I love how the OWN network, I love what they're doing for, with black actors and everything like that. So again, let me know what you think about the episode, but let me know what you think about the review. And hi, cousin Koo. He always talking about I make him laugh. I be trying to be a little comical, just trying to keep you guys entertained, while I'm giving my review. But anyway, I'm glad that I'm doing that for you guys. And also, like this video on your way out. Make sure you subscribe. If you are not a subscriber, if this is your first time crossing my path, make sure you subscribe. Hit the like button. Put some comments in the chat. Let me know you were here. And as usual, to my primetime squad, check out that first message, that first comment in the chat section. Y'all know, besides being a YouTube commentator, I'm also a cake decorator. I'm really good at what I do, and I have promotions every month where I give out free cakes to people living in the Omaha area. So if you are in the Omaha area, and even if you're not in the Omaha area, check out the comment in the chat that I put in there. Go to my cake page. Make sure you like my cake page on Facebook, Tanya's Delight Slice by Slice. And if you like the cake page and you're also a YouTube subscriber, at the first of every month, you can inbox me a number 1 through 100 and get a chance to win a free cake made by me, your cake lady. So make sure you go over there to Facebook. So be subscribed to this page, like my other Facebook cake page, and that's all you need to do to be eligible to enter in every month the free cake promotion. But Prime Squad, as usual, until I see you guys again, make sure you be safe, you stay blessed, and I'm out.